She was waving a gun at anyone in her path. Brand new images show the fateful moments before a deadly officer-involved shooting at a Detroit gas station.
And 'twas the week before Christmas, and how about that forecast for all? Well, it is straight ahead from our guy named Paul. But we're going to begin with breaking news tonight. Only the right lane is open on westbound I-94 at I-75. This is all because of a car fire.
You're looking at video from the scene here. You can see the charred vehicle there. We're working to learn more about the circumstances surrounding that fire. We'll keep you posted both on the air and online. Our other top story tonight, coronavirus and the three-day total from the weekend. The state is reporting 13,999 new cases, averaging out to 4,600 cases per day. That's down significantly from Friday's numbers, but you have to keep in mind here, there's less testing on the weekends. 160 new deaths are also being reported, including 63 from a vital records review.
Now take a look at the 7-day moving average over the past 3 Mondays. This might give you a better sense of the trend here. You can see new cases on December 6th average 7,300 per day. Today that average is at 5,400. And as nationwide cases of the new Omicron variant continue to increase, so has research and information on how we can protect ourselves from it and hopefully slow the spread.
Dr. Frank McGeorge joins us now with a recap of the latest developments, Doc.
Yeah, Kim and Jason. So, whether it's from waning immunity or the sheer number of mutations present on the Omicron variant, we are expecting to see an increase in breakthrough infections as it spreads through our communities. Now, while breakthrough infections are not as likely to cause severe illness, it's still important to stop them to protect the most vulnerable. And there's favorable news from Moderna on that front. Moderna says its COVID-19 booster does appear to provide protection against the Omicron variant. In a press announcement today, the drug company said preliminary data from lab testing found the version of its booster currently in use in the United States, the 50 microgram half dose, provided a 37-fold increase in antibody levels to neutralize the virus. Now, Pfizer had previously released early data suggesting its booster was also effective at increasing the protection against Omicron. Now, this is welcome news as the FDA continues to monitor the effectiveness of COVID-19 tests at detecting the Omicron variant. 3 PCR tests that were previously authorized for use by some labs have actually been found to be ineffective at detecting the new variant. Only one of the 3 tests had been distributed to a lab in Michigan. Now, these tests were more susceptible to fail because they were looking for fewer areas of the virus's genetic code. The more reliable PCR tests, typically used in larger labs, look for 3 areas of the genetic code. It's important to note, no home antigen tests have been found to have a problem detecting Omicron. Now, finally, a research letter published in JAMA has some good news for vaccinated people who nonetheless find themselves in the unfortunate situation of becoming infected. The paper looked at 26 fully vaccinated healthcare workers who developed breakthrough infections and found, compared to others who were not infected, a substantial boost to immunity, particularly IgA levels that would be most helpful at protecting the nose and throat from infection. Now, this superimmunity, as one author actually called it, extended to all of the known variants at the time. So, although Omicron wasn't specifically evaluated, there's no reason to think this boost would not apply the same way.
Yeah. Dr. McGeorge, any thoughts on the trend of COVID cases that seem to be decreasing slightly here?
Well, it's definitely better than an increase, but honestly, the view from the hospital isn't any different. Things still look extremely serious, and if you consider the potential upcoming holiday gatherings and the looming shadow of Omicron, I certainly wouldn't let down your guard at this point.
Yeah, certainly good advice, Dr. McGeorge. As always, we appreciate it. Jason?
Well, this week's going to be one of the busiest travel weeks of the year. In all, 109 million Americans are headed somewhere for the holidays, but here's a big stat for you. 100 million of those travelers will do so by car, and this is all happening, of course, as you know, COVID cases holding strong in Michigan and across the country. Grant Herms along the border tonight where new requirements are going into place. Good evening, Grant.
Good evening, Jason. Those requirements will take some extra planning if you plan to cross the border. Canada is saying you need to get tested 3 days before your trip because they expect these lanes down here to be very busy by the end of this week. With thousands of Michiganders planning on traveling this week, there are fears they may be carrying more than their luggage. With Michigan's cases of the Delta variant still some of the highest in the country and the Omicron variant expected to be the dominant strain to start 2022, the state's Department of Health asking travelers to take extra precaution.
I think it's just really important to take all of those mitigation steps that we know are effective when we are gathering with our loved ones around this holiday season. And I think people have done that beginning with Thanksgiving, and they continue to be thoughtful about that as we go into the Christmas holiday.
For those traveling across the border to Canada, new testing requirements starting this Tuesday. Anyone traveling into the country must have a negative PCR test no longer than 3 days before their trip. The Canadian government also asking people to curb holiday travel plans, saying late last week, now is not the time to travel. But at Detroit's Metro Airport, travel was in high gear.
Well, we're fully vaccinated and boosted, and we're very careful and always wearing masks and social distancing, and we're going to hope for the best. It's just so important that everybody do what really is needed to help us get over this.
Another holiday season with the worry of spreading more than holiday cheer. Let's go back over some of those details of those new testing requirements. Those tests have to be done within 3 days of your trip across the border. You have to use the ArriveCAN app on your phone to log that test and your vaccination status. Now, there are also exemptions, including for kids 5 years old or younger. We'll have a link to those exemptions for the Canadian government on our website and clickondetroit.com. Jason?
Yeah, Grant, what's the word on air travelers who are headed to Canada?
So these testing requirements don't apply to air travelers, although Canada does have a test on arrival policy that they expect to ramp up as we look toward the new year for those people traveling back and forth this holiday season.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Good stuff. All right. Grant, thanks.
Well, this information just into the newsroom. 24 hours after that huge win over the Arizona Cardinals, quarterback Jared Goff has been placed on the COVID-19 reserve list. According to new NFL protocols, Goff could be back with the team in time for Sunday's game if he meets certain standards, including being asymptomatic.
Stocks are sliding to start the week as fears surrounding the new COVID-19 variant intensify. The Dow was off 433 points today. The S&P more than a full % off, and NASDAQ also down more than a full %. Well, 40 degrees and sunny on the week leading up to Christmas. I mean, you can't complain at that.
You can't complain. You know it's not going to last, though, right? Let's get over to Paul Gross and what we've got as we move closer here to the holiday. Hi, Paul.
Hi there. You know what we always say, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. You know it's going to change, and that's how it is around here. Right now, most of us are in the mid-30s. We've slipped off a bit from those highs near 40, and you can see there's a bit of a breeze still out there, so the wind chills, you knock about 5 or 8 degrees off these numbers, and that's what it feels like outside. It feels like upper 20s to low 30s. As we've been showing you this afternoon, this area of snow to the north is associated with a cold front. This is moving eastward, so we're not going to really get any snow out of this deal tonight. And then we have another cold front actually coming in tomorrow night, which is going to come through with minimal damage as well. It's not till the end of the week that we get a much more impactful weather system. So we'll talk about that coming up in about 10 minutes or so. But you can see temperatures just continuing to slide through the 30s this evening. Chilly. The wind will be settling down a bit as well. So again, coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll talk about that Christmas forecast. And I'll tell you, it's looking kind of wet on Christmas Eve. We'll talk about that in a few, guys.
Okay, Paul, tonight we're getting a clearer picture of the moments leading up to a deadly officer-involved shooting at a gas station on Detroit's east side. Security camera images show the woman pointing a gun inside and then outside at people filling up their gas tanks. Megan Woods is live tonight with more. And Megan, that gun she was waving, it wasn't real.
Yeah, Chief White says that was actually an airsoft pistol that woman brought to this gas station. He said that she was pointing it at people inside the gas station, at the gas pump, and even at the officers that responded.
Just an unbelievable tragedy for the community and for the department.
33-year-old Nikita Williams was killed Sunday evening after police say she showed up to this gas station on 7 Mile and Hayes with an airsoft gun.
As you can see in slide 1, 5:59, Ms. Williams is inside the store, and at this point she cuts in front of those 3 customers that you see there and produces the gun. At 6:06, next slide, Ms. Williams has the gun in her hand at the entrance of the store, and you can see in the yellow circle.
There are also still photos of her pointing the gun at people pumping gas. Police were called and 4 officers arrived.
When they encountered her, she was at the entrance of the store pointing a gun directly at a customer. Officers fired multiple times.
The chief says officers kicked the weapon away from Nikita, then rushed her to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. It's a heartbreaking story for the people who knew and loved Nikita.
The hardest thing that I had to do ever in my life was to tell her children that she was shot and killed by the Detroit police. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to explain to them, like, you know, I thought the police was supposed to protect.
Those who knew Nikita say they understand that police have a job to do, but they are mourning their loved one. There will be a candlelight vigil here at the gas station at 7 o'clock. Back to you.
You know, Megan, sometimes in cases like this, we later find there were other underlying issues that caused this lack in judgment, if you will. Did police or her family even give you any indication that this could be the case with Miss Williams?
Well, the police chief says right now they're looking to see if there were any mental health illnesses, involved in this. But as for right now, this is still under investigation.
All right, Megan, thanks.